We're going live.
You are live.
I'm live. Hello. Hello, everyone. Happy Whinypaluza Wednesday. Bella.
No need to whine, it's Whinypaluza Wednesday. Have some wine and join us on Whinypaluza Wednesday with the Green family.
Thanks, babe. With a smile.
Looks like you are live lots of places.
So we are live in a lot of places, so bear with us. We're live on TikTok over here. Hello, TikTok.
Hello, TikTok.
You know how I am trying to go back and forth. TikTok.
Yes.
I'm live over here on Facebook and YouTube, I believe.
And your Facebook profile, your Facebook group, and your Facebook fan page.
Oh
and
my
YouTube.
goodness. It's a big live party tonight.
It is a live party, so make sure you hit, if you're on Facebook, if you see that StreamYard link so that we can see your comments, so that we can interact, click that StreamYard link.
How is everyone tonight? How is your Wednesday? Okay, so I'm going to tell you my topic tonight. And if you were at my summit,
The Whinypaluza Ultimate Parenting and Marriage Online Summit.
so I did my first, for those of you who don't know, I'm a social worker, and I do a blog, the Whinypaluza blog, the Whinypaluza vlog, the Whinypaluza podcast, the
Whinypaluza
new
books.
I didn't bring my book downstairs, but the new Whinypaluza book 2 is out on Amazon, and we want to talk about my first summit.
Yes.
So my first parenting and marriage summit. Hello.
Much love, whoever. Much love. Yeah.
Was on last Thursday and Friday. One of my husband's brilliant ideas.
Thank you very much.
So a lot of you on TikTok don't know this, but Mr. Green next to me here is a marketing genius.
This is on tape. She recorded it. It's recorded. I got it, honey.
So a lot of you know our dynamic.
Yes.
So Seth comes to me with an idea, and I'm a busy mom of 3. Who is a busy mom of 3? Some of you probably have 2, 4, 5. So I'm looking at all the TikTok comments. I'm trying not to get distracted, but I'm a very busy mom. Was very busy before all of this. Yes, he's brilliant. Thank you, Adrian. I agree. So Adrian, he comes to me with ideas all the time. And my response is always, I'm too busy. I'm too busy. I'm too busy.
I don't have time for that. I think about everything I'm already doing. I don't have time for anything new.
So
And then I bother her until she says, fine.
So I had no idea that I was going to love doing a summit, just like I had no idea I was going to love doing a podcast. And so the next time Seth comes to me with an idea, I'm programming my brain.
You're hearing this. It's recorded forever on the internet. If it's on the internet, it must be true.
I'm telling my brain to say, let's do it.
I'm so excited. It was worth it doing months of work to put on a summit just for her to say that in the future she would say yes to my idea.
Okay, well, my idea is the Whinypaluza Wednesday sitcom on Wednesday nights. So
any of you know anybody in Hollywood, anybody in television or movie production, get this lady an agent.
That's my brilliant idea. Is
that's not more work at all. A sitcom every week.
I want to write a sitcom, okay? And I could make a really warm parenting and marriage lesson.
It wraps up in 30 minutes every week, where everything is resolved in a nice, neat little book.
So let's thank Seth for the summit. Hours of putting that together. Okay, months of working on the summit.
Thank you.
I just hosted it and presented.
Yes. Yeah.
And then, hi, Lily. I see my daughter is on here. Yeah. You can do it. Are you saying the sitcom that I can do?
Yes.
Okay, so okay, thank you, Kristen, for the beautiful graphic design. Thank you, presenters and participants. Yes. Moving on. Thank you, everybody, because without you, it wouldn't have been magical. Without the presenters and stand up. Okay. Okay, so Seth and I could maybe do stand up together, but I think Seth alone, we need a show of Seth. There's an idea just for Seth.
You're making work for me. I love it.
It doesn't involve me. Hola. So it doesn't involve me. I think that we should all tell Seth to do stand-up comedy. And I think it would be hysterical. And I think he would make fun of me.
Did you show up in the material once or twice?
So I want to tell you two of my favorite comments from the participants about the summit. I've taken away more knowledge and guidance from the summit than from multiple family and marital counseling sessions that I've been in. It was all worth it right there.
Yeah, that was
It was all worth it right there. Hi, Megan. I see you, Megan. Hi. This summit is my self-care. So I saw the moms talking in the chat box, and one of them was like, does anyone feel guilty that we're here? And I was like, no, I missed it. I read it after the fact, or I would have commented, but no, it's not selfish.
taking care of yourself.
Taking care of yourself and making yourself a better mother and wife.
Yeah.
And some fathers were there. So
yes, we have a couple dads. Shout out to the dads.
Yes. Okay. So we're moving on to our first presenter. So what I'm going to do tonight is lessons that I took away from day 1 of my summit. And then next week I'll do day 2 because I don't want to totally overwhelm you. So let's
take a long time.
So let's start with day 1 and let's start with the wonderful Josephine Atlery. Seth didn't know this, but man, did he pick the perfect woman to start off this summit. Oh my God, it was so peaceful and calming and grounding. I felt like I was in like the perfect
Zen place.
The perfect Zen place to enjoy the summit. So thank you, Josephine, for setting us up for success.
Yes.
And putting us in like the best state. So what did I learn from Josephine? So much stuff. A really silly one that I should have been doing for years. We need to talk about how we're going to incorporate this in our lives.
Okay.
We need to do affirmations and meditation and breathing exercises. The Cliff Notes version.
Yes,
this is the Cliff Notes version. Do we know who that is?
No, you got to click.
Okay. If you want me to see who you are. So anyways, we need to do breathing exercises, meditation, and affirmations with our children. It's Kelly. Hi, Kelly.
Hi, Andy.
I'm so happy she's here. So I didn't even think of that. I'm not doing any of that stuff with my kids. So I'm going to do that with my kids.
Yeah, I love the term. With her kids and teachers.
And she taught us the breathe in for 4, breathe out for 8. And she did it with us. And it was so relaxing. It's fine. It's fine. She wants us to be curious. Do you know how many times that word came up during the summit? I was like, I guess I need to be more curious about myself. Why do I act how I act?
Yeah.
Why do my kids act how they act?
Especially
have a point of focus to get rid of your chaos. I really like that. Do you do that? I feel like you do that.
I do.
So I think a lot of the presenters talked about, that pause. Have you guys heard about the pause? You take a pause and you respond. You pause and then you respond instead of the knee-jerk reaction.
Actually think about it.
A lot of them talked about that. And I love that. And what else did she talk about? Name your inner critic. I think she wants us to have a name for our inner critic. Like there's Stan again.
Shut up, Joan. Punch in the face.
I loved listening to her talk to herself. Like, she's like, talk to yourself. And she was like, Josephine, you're doing such a good job right now. Like, we need to talk to ourselves in a positive way. Josephine, I loved you. You were so peaceful. Her voice was so peaceful. Go find Josephine online, Josephine Atlery. Are you able to type in her name or no?
Be reaching over and I don't want to click the wrong button and stop.
I'll add.
We'll put it in the comments later.
I'll add all the names later. She has the mindfulness journal for parents on Amazon that I need to order. Yes. So I will do that after this. We moved into Dr. Liz Nissim Matthias. I was getting there. I'm trying not to ignore TikTok. For those of you who don't know, I have TikTok over here going, and my daughter Lily and her friend Megan are watching me.
Along with lots of other people. It's not just the two of them.
Okay, so Dr.
Hi, Mark.
Liz, so we just started with mindful parenting, and we moved on to Dr. Liz talking about healthy relationships with your children, your partner, and yourself. Okay, so what does Dr. Liz want us to do? She wants us to have a healthy relationship. Do you know what a healthy relationship is?
Don't you model them on everything?
No, I mean, I try. I think
very
so.
honest of you.
I mean, I think I do. What do you think? What do you think?
I think we have a very healthy relationship.
Yeah. I mean, are you talking about us or are you talking about with our kids? I try.
I think we have a good relationship.
Okay, so a healthy relationship, connection, honesty, validation, communication, feeling safe, and feeling you belong.
I guess so.
Okay, so we want to raise independent, healthy children. We know this. We want to let our kids fail, and we want them to learn from their own mistakes, and we want to build them up by focusing on their strengths. And I love that she talked about that. She was like, you have to really like discover your kids and what they're good at and build them up. And we don't want to like tear our kids down and criticize them. So that was a good reminder for me. I don't know about you, but
Yes.
I appreciated the reminder. And she jumped into the 4 different types of parenting styles. Do you guys know that there's 4 different types of parenting? This was in my first social work class. So every single social worker, therapist, psychologist has learned the 4 different types of parenting. So the goal is to be authoritative. And authoritative is firm and has boundaries, but also has a lot of warmth. So you want the boundaries and the firmness, but you also want to be flexible and have warmth. So that's the goal.
Best of both worlds.
Doesn't mean everybody has that though.
Doesn't mean we do it all the time.
Authoritarian are the parents who are like, because I said so.
And that's the only response.
And that's it. And they're just strict, and there's low warmth, and there's low flexibility. And then there's the permissive parent. I'm not saying I'm permissive, don't laugh.
Little bit.
Okay. Well, we'll talk about that in a second. Few demands, little discipline, fear of the child. And this causes anxiety for the child because they're not getting boundaries. And it's like this fuzzy boundary of who's the parent. I don't think there's a fuzzy boundary in my relationship.
No.
And I don't think I'm afraid of my children. I think that what I do, my style, I've got my own style.
You do. It's the Rebecca style. It's a hybrid. It's a hybrid combination.
You know what it is it's high warmth and it's high flexibility. And I use our connection. So I'm not good at like discipline, but my kids want to please me because of our bond. And I feel like they're not perfect and they make mistakes, but like if we work on the bond with our kid, then they want to behave. That's my own parenting philosophy. And I also, Michelle Kenny, the peaceful parent, reinforced that I'm on the right track. So I know I'm not totally off track.
And you picked me as your spouse and co-parent and the father of your children to perhaps instill a little bit of that discipline.
Yeah, Seth is good at the discipline.
Yes.
I need Seth. And I think I make you more flexible.
Oh, you very much do.
Okay, then there's
you loosen the pole up.
There's the uninvolved parent with few demands and is detached. So we don't want any of the other 3. We want authoritative. So the goal is firm and flexible and warm.
No fuzzy in my house, says Funny Edge on TikTok.
Oh, no fuzzy. You lay down the law.
That's right. You tell them.
Make sure there's warmth and flexibility with your laying down the law. Okay, so Dr. Liz wants us to go on date nights. And when we go on date nights, she doesn't want us to talk about our kids. Who is guilty of talking about So I told Dr. Liz that I need a date with Seth to talk about the kids, and I need a date with Seth to not talk about the kids.
So that means I get double the dates. Sign me up. So we'll get one date where you can all talk about the kids, and then we got to go on another date like the next day, and you can't talk.
Dr. Liz suggests that Seth and I and all of you have a Sunday meeting with your spouse to go over the week and discuss the kids.
Let's see. There is a show on Thursday nights called The Parent Test. Very interesting. You should watch and see the styles and evaluations from the families. Thank you, Kelly. Do you know where that show airs?
I saw the advertisement and
You said I could write that show.
Oh my God, they're like going on TV to have their parenting evaluated.
Wasn't it like Super Nanny? Didn't we watch her 20 years ago?
Check it out and see what I think. I think that's crazy. The reality TV is just like crazy.
It's like they're trying to come up with more material for reality TV.
Okay, so I love that she said to tag your partner in. She wants us to co-parent and collaborate and do all the goodness. But she also said that when we're feeling fried, we all feel fried sometimes.
Yep.
And I need to go tag.
Oh, that was you tagging me.
You're it. You're in.
Like a tag team. She goes out, I come in. I feel like you're pretty good at going, you need to deal with your daughter right now because I'm done.
Oh my God. So I was in the family room doing something and I just heard Lily doing something to Ella. And I was like, I can't. I'm like, Seth!
Go deal with it.
Seth, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I understand. Literally, stop whatever you're doing.
ABC, 9 p.m.
Got it. Thursday
Okay.
nights.
Oh my gosh. I loved Dr. Liz talking about teenagers. So as we were talking about teenagers, the chat was going crazy. And the moms were like, bring Dr. Liz back to your podcast. So Dr. Liz was number, where did it go?
Paper. I need this.
Dr. Liz was number 68.
Podcast episode number 68.
But I'm going to bring her back because the people spoke and they wanted Liz and I to talk about teenagers. Yeah. So we want teenagers. Teenagers want control.
Feel like they're
so we want to give them the illusion of control. And one of the ways to do that is by giving them options. And one of the ways to do that is to make gentle suggestions. I love when I talk to women and they remind me to be gentle with my children. It's like, you will. No, they're going to resist. They're going to resist. So I just plant little seeds. And I'm like, you might want to think about.
You could consider.
And I'm really like casual. And I don't put a lot of stress or intensity into it. And then I know I'm planting seeds for them to think about. And then they think that they're in control. Lily, don't listen.
You're in charge, Lily, whatever it is.
Okay. So let's move on to Emmalou Penrod. Resolving family conflict. And Emmalou, if you were in my house, all the conflicts would be resolved because, man, she is like, man, the peaceful energy on this summit. Okay, so we started off peaceful. It's going to get high energy soon. But Emmalou just had this peaceful way of talking about conflict. And she offered up feelingtriggered.com. if you want to go get her resource. And she started talking about contention versus you own one. What do you own? I missed it. What did you say you own? What would she say she owned?
I have no idea.
Okay. So tell us what you own. Yeah. So contention versus conflict. So she showed us these two pictures. And one of the pictures was this dad standing over his kid and just looking, it looked aggressive. It looked like one-upping the kid, and it looked very like angry. And then you see the second picture, and the dad is at eye level with the child. You can tell that they're having a conversation and working it out, and the energy is calmer. So it's like you have the first picture of, and she was like, how do you want your conflict to look? Like, get at their level and be calm with them. Use respect. And she started talking about what we need to have a good conflict. And yes, there are good conflicts where things are resolved, where we're aiming for. She's like, people go into conflicts and they're like, I'm going to win and you're going to lose. And she's like, how is that resolving a conflict? She's like, we want a win-win where both partners' needs are getting met. And she talked to us about having good conflicts and being creative and being persistent and working through it with respect together.
That's beautiful.
Right? Go Emma Lou teaching us how to have good conflicts.
Yes.
I'll take it.
Yes.
Oh, valuing other people's opinions and using love and respect. I value what you have to say, Mr. Green.
Thank you, my buddy. What do you have to say?
There's that word again. She says, be curious versus judgmental. If I took anything away from this summit, I have taken away that I need to be more curious.
You are a curious bird.
Am I a curious bird?
You are.
Well, I need to get more curious and up it.
An even more curious bird.
Okay, so Maxine Johnson comes in and the energy level goes like through the roof. If you don't know Maxine, look up Maxine Johnson. Where did I put it? Wifebossacademy.com. She's a boss lady and she got the party started. And I just felt like I needed to go out with her and have some fun. Did you feel that?
She would definitely be fun to go out with.
She'd be so fun to go out with. Okay, I'm just making sure I'm not missing stuff on TikTok. I'm looking both ways. How am I doing, Seth?
You're doing great.
He was like, are we bringing on TikTok? We'll try it. We'll try it. So Maxine told this awesome story about her son, her adult son, calling in the middle of the night and waking her up. And she was pissed off. And she was like, what are you doing calling me in the middle of the night? And he was like, Mom, if one of your clients called you in the middle of the night, you would take the call and you would be happy to help them. So what the heck? And she was like, wow, like she was woken up to how she was treating her clients and how she was treating her family. And she was like, your clients, your family deserves what you're giving to your client. We need to treat our family as well as we treat other people.
Or even better.
Or even better. But we give strangers and people we work with and friends, we give them like this great side of us. And then we go home and it's like we let our hair down.
Yes, keep your hair up.
Keep your hair up. Keep your hair up and give your family your best. I know you're tired, but they deserve your best stuff too.
Yes.
So that was like my favorite story that she told, but she's told so many funny stories about her and her husband.
She's a pastor.
And she's a pastor and she really does a good job. My parents taught me this lesson. I'm glad your parents are smart people. I just realized along the way that people come home and they just kind of think they can let their hair down.
And do whatever.
I don't know where we got that idea.
No consequences.
I was thinking about it. Now my kids are stuck with me, but I want my husband to want to come home to me every day.
Yes.
I want him to want to be married to me every day. I'm marketing myself to my husband and my kids every day. So I want them to say,
I would marry you again today.
I would pick you as my mother. I would pick you as my wife. Now, none of us are perfect, but you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
Okay. So she told all these funny stories about her and her husband. And what was, oh my gosh, you're so sweet. Thank you so much. So
Bagel Queen, because you are so inspiring. Thank you, Bagel Queen.
Queen, what an awesome name. You're making me want a bagel right now.
Yes.
So
You own a bagel shop.
She brings humor and silliness into her marriage. Like you can see that she fools around and is goofy with her husband. So she's like, be silly, be fun. And she's like, you want harmony. She was all about harmony in your marriage. And she's like, it's not who does what's equal. It's not this 50-50 thing. It's what makes it harmony for the individual marriage. So every marriage is different. So what brings harmony to your marriage? And she's like, I was doing X, Y, and Z, and it wasn't working for my husband. So I had to figure out how to do better and how to make harmony, because she's like, we didn't have it.
Yes.
So I love that she uses that word. She wants us to listen to understand. And the reason why she brings it up is because we listen to react. We listen and we're like thinking about what we're going to say. Don't think about what you're going to say. Think about what your husband is saying. Well, I'm talking about
I got
me.
it.
But I need to think about what Seth is saying and why he's saying it and not be thinking about how I'm going to respond. I liked that.
Yeah, that's very helpful.
I really liked that. She wants us to be fun and vulnerable and show appreciation.
Those all sound good to me.
I think I'm going to bring some silliness into the
You are silly. I came home to you dancing in the kitchen.
So, I think that what I love about you, and I'm telling everyone because everybody needs to do this, is that
Everybody
thumbs
needs
up.
to love me.
I'll tell you what you need to do because Seth does this. I will be like intense and serious, and he will say something to completely interrupt the pattern. Like he's funny. He's just like naturally funny, and he'll just like interrupt whatever. Like I could be angry and he'll do something silly and he'll be like, "Don't laugh." And it just lightens the mood and reminds me to like be kind and be silly. So keep doing that, Seth.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Last but not least, this is the Cliff Notes. This is an abbreviated version.
Yes, day one was 4 awesome hours. So we will be probably posting a link or sending out an email tomorrow on how you can invest in the recordings of the summit if you don't already have them.
Okay, so we didn't end. I ended the day. I'm not going to share my presentation today because I'm going to do my presentations a different day because that one I can actually like do. So I probably won't give you the Cliff Notes version of mine, but
you talked about overcoming common parenting mistakes.
I ended the day one, I ended it with overcoming common parenting mistakes. And day two, I ended it with overcoming common marital mistakes. So that was fun.
Yes.
So before me, Carrie Tepedino kept the party going and is super high energy. And I loved these women's energy. And she talked about 7 tips to mindful parenting. But I think I wrote down a lot more than 7 tips, I have to tell you. So I'm not going to tell you that she said to get curious. I should have tracked
how many
times these women told me to get curious.
You can look through all the transcripts.
Here's what I am going to say. When you're stressed, when things are triggering you, that is where the work is. Why am I being triggered? What is going on with me? What work do I need to do? Those are signs. So they want you to get curious and they want you to do self-development. Okay. Apologize for the messy. I love this so much because we all get messy. We all get messy with our kids and our spouse. And I said to my kids, I'll screw up again.
Don't worry if you thought we were going to stop screwing up. We're going to keep making these mistakes.
I'm like, but I'm teaching them that
it's okay.
People make mistakes.
We're not perfect either.
And apologize for being messy and own it that you screwed up. When we screw up, we can repair it, and we repair it by apologizing. So
and then not doing it again.
And then not doing it again. But I think that I've moved a lot from reactivity to responsiveness. And if I can continue to do the pause, I noticed that I was super cranky the other morning and I was super reactive. And I was like doing the self-talk. I was like, you're tired, you're cranky, you're snapping at everybody. Go walk away and take some deep breaths and come back and try not to be so snappy. So it's like it's coming to me. I'm getting aware and I'm getting more responsive. Are you reading a comment? You look like
I am. The comment is, I Bagel Queen can totally relate.
I think most mothers understand me, right?
Amen.
Which is why she says it's okay to be human.
Could you be anything else? Just wondering.
I didn't sign up to be anything else.
Right. I think you should just be an orangutan.
She wants
Can you identify as an orangutan today?
No.
I know you can identify as a different gender. Can I be a cat today?
Oh my God, Stop. You're trying to be funny.
Okay, I see how you are. It only counts when you think it's funny.
You're not always funny, but a lot of the times you're funny. Okay, so she wants you to create learning from the tough moments. So that has helped me a lot through life because there'll be really tough times. And I'm like, okay, well, what am I taking out of this? What am I learning from this? What am I teaching my children from this? I keep blocking you, Seth.
It's okay.
Okay, she wants to use breath work to reground yourself. I definitely took away that I need to do more breathing. I did meditation once since the summit, so that's an improvement from 0.
Progress.
Maybe I can up it. Very relatable. Do you meditate? Do you meditate? Does it help you? Do you do breath work?
Yeah.
No, I'm asking them.
Oh,
I know what you do. You do it
Everything.
all. Does it help you?
very much.
Okay, so tell us more. How does it help you?
Keeps me
More breathing.
Keeps me more centered. Keeps me more calm. Keeps me less stress. Better emotional state. All that good stuff.
All the good stuff. All the good stuff. It's very helpful. I always meditate. That's amazing. When do you meditate?
Suggesting like what time?
What time of day? So I had one of the women in the chat box. So Seth was so nice. He printed out the chat box for me. It was really hard for me to listen to the presenter and read all the comments from the chat box. So Seth printed it. And one of the women was like, how do you build in, the meditation and the mindfulness? You're doing it in the morning and the night. Meditation is key. Meditation is key to what, Kate? What is? I'm asking her. I want her answer. Okay, so one of the women said, how do you build in mindfulness? How do you build in meditation? So it's called habit stacking. Okay, so what I do. Oh, you don't know what habit stacking is?
No.
I'm going to teach you something. Okay, so in order to be successful at a new habit, you want to put it with something you already do. Okay, so for me, I'm going to give you my example. It's key to life. Okay, Kate, I'm sold. I'm sold. So for me, I read every night. So every night, my routine is I get in bed and I read and I unwind. And that's my signal to my brain that it's time to relax and go to bed. So I have reading as a habit every single night. So if I want to do meditation, then I build that in with the reading. And I decide, do I want to meditate before I read or after I read? So then every night, like maybe I want to do 5 minutes. Every night, I do 5 minutes of meditation and then I read my book. Or maybe I want brushing my teeth to signal to me, okay, I'm brushing my teeth. I do this every night. I'm going to stack on it and then I'm going to meditate after I brush my teeth. So we build on stuff that we're already doing to build in a new habit with this habit we're already doing.
That's awesome. I love that idea.
Okay. I didn't know you didn't know that.
No, I did not. That is very helpful.
What book am I reading? The Placebo Effect.
That was a recommendation from me.
Well,
I would like credit for that because it absolutely changed my life. Mindful minute clears the busyness of the moment or the day. Take the minute to just breathe and only focus on the breath in and out whenever you need it. Yoga helps too. Absolutely.
Oh my gosh. I love yoga. I used to do yoga all the time. Very, very centering. Okay, wait. Oh, reading. I am obsessed with Colleen Hoover books.
For entertainment.
For entertainment. So there's books that I'm going to read to learn something, like self-compassion. And there's books I'm going to read for entertainment. And right now I'm a little obsessed with Colleen Hoover.
Not obsessed.
It ends with us. It starts with us. Who has read a Colleen Hoover book? Tell me your favorite book. Oh, me too. Kate's. I need to go live on TikTok just to talk about Colleen Hoover.
Oh my goodness. That's what the world needs. More Colleen Hoover.
Okay, Ugly Love.
I
Reminders
did read most of the books that she read.
If I read something, Seth tends to read it next.
So then we get a conversation about it, except I think I hit my limit of Colleen Hoover.
Okay, so tell me your favorite Colleen Hoover book while we're talking. Okay, so Carrie, let's finish Carrie and wrap up day 1. So Carrie wants us to model the behavior that we want from our children. So we don't want to tell our kids, don't yell, and then go yell. And we don't want to tell our kids, you can only eat healthy food, and then go grab a cookie. So we have to be what we want our kids to be. And we all know that.
Be the change you want to see in the world.
I was thinking it, and it shot over to you.
I got your point.
Okay, so Carrie's big line is that you're only one thought away. Do you know that? I think you're only one step away, only one thought away. And I think that people wait for this, like, it starts with us was awesome. I loved that one. Okay, so I think that we get in we make up these big things in our heads, and we're like, okay, on Monday I'm going to start, or after Valentine's Day I'm going to start. Well, it's just one thought. So it's 9:35. It's late. Oops. And
You're only 1 minute away.
it's 9:35 p.m. on Wednesday night. I can start whatever I want right this minute. One thought away changes everything. So don't wait for this monumentous moment. Just do it right now.
That's right. You don't have to wait till after the holidays to start your new workout regimen or diet or anything.
So Bagel Queen says, I love it starts with us. Kate says, I love it ends with us. Megan says, you are such an amazing mom.
Oh, thanks, Megan.
I love you, Megan. You're so sweet. Hopefully Lily didn't take away any of my secrets from tonight. That's the thing, is when I go live on TikTok, my daughter watches and takes my secrets. So that was the Cliff Notes of day 1.
Yes.
And I loved day 1 and I loved day 2. And it's okay. I'm sure she didn't pay attention to all of it. So next week I will talk about day 2. I didn't want to totally overwhelm us tonight. And it was a magical experience, and I will do it again. And this Friday is the fabulous Josephine Atlery on my podcast. And if you haven't already, go check out my book on Amazon, Whinypaluza Gets Less Whiny. I named it Whinypaluza Gets Less Whiny because the first book is Whinypaluza because my kids were young and they were always whining.
And we were always going to a birthday party.
They were always going to a birthday party. It was a whiny party. And yes, I know, silly name. I guess it goes with my silly personality.
There you go. You said you wanted to be more silly.
And then my kids have gotten older and they're less whiny, but there's still challenges.
Yes.
So it is not caught up to real time. My books will never be caught up to real time, but
the books are a couple of years behind actual reality.
So yes, and come join the Whinypaluza Mom Facebook group on Facebook. It's free. And the women at the summit were blowing up that they needed a tribe. And I felt like we had a tribe for 2 days. And I was like, I think part of the reason we were all so sad is because like our experience together was ending. And so I want to keep the tribe going. So come talk to me. You can post whatever you want. Don't wait for me to post. Go post whatever you want and talk about your challenges and tell us your successes, because you can teach us. And we can help you if you're having challenges. So come find me. And thank you so much for joining. And let me see what Megan's saying. My mom loves to read. I will tell her about your book. Thank you, Megan. Does your mom read?
Stop with your Colleen Hoover. Thank you for watching Whinypaluza Wednesday with the Green Family.
Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful night. I don't know how to end TikTok.